Crime shows fool us into how police are. Have you ever thought if Law and Order SVU has done more damage to women than it has good? So I was perusing TikTok as you do, and I found people talking about how crime shows are really propagandizing our society of how cops react to reports. And I've been kind of simmering on it for a couple of days, and I was just like, wow, this is definitely something that I'm absolutely full into. I love SVU. I got the DVDs, like I've seen every episode. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love The Rookie. I actually just started rewatching The Rookie again. And like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like I watch it every night to go to sleep. But every one of those shows have examples of the best cops. They're cops, and I'm going to kind of thread this around the context of rape and domestic violence. The amount of women that go to the police or call emergency responders and that aren't believed, that are pushed aside, that are arrested, is high. I went to a DV round table, and I heard their stories. And even I was sitting there and I was ashamed of myself because I was shocked. I was shocked because I was like, oh wow, this is happening a lot more than I'm realizing. And then I was like, well, why am I not kind of hearing it or like listening? And I'm just like, I know why men don't think rape is a bad thing or don't think rape and DV occurs in the way that it does because of TV. If you look at SVU, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, any crime show, any DV or rape is shown in a very violent, clear way. There's only one SVU episode that I remember that was a he-she episode, and I don't remember, but it was like, it starts with a woman throwing a bottle at a taxi and then claiming that she was raped, and it was like a professor. It ended, and you never find out it was guilty or not. That is how almost every rape case goes. That's how almost everyone does, and it is the only episode to not have an outcome, to not go anywhere. And I'm like, I always remembered that episode, and I was like, yeah, I get now why. It's because it was the outlier. It was the outlier where you didn't get that resolution, where you didn't get that justice in the end. It didn't close the loops. You didn't put that final puzzle piece in. And that is reality for 99% of women. Just in my country, Australia, 2% of rape cases end up in conviction. This is including children and elderly. 2%. But SVU, every night they're arresting people. Every night they're putting rapists in jail. So of course, men think that this is how police are, that this is how police act, that, well, of course they believe you because I've seen that they believe you. And it's like, that's not real. That's just propaganda for our entertainment, and we treat it so real. There's a massive disconnect with our society and men, and I say men, but it's misogynistic men and women, because there's women, absolutely. Women, there are women who don't believe rape, there are women who don't believe DV. And it's that misogyny that absolutely contributes, and it gets to hide behind watching these TV shows for 30 years and seeing that people are protected, people are believed, people get justice. So why would you think anything of it in the real world if you didn't know any better? And if you were not inclined to believe women or to think that it's such an overblown issue, considering you see it on your TV every night. Or you see it on the SVU once a week episode, so that must correlate to real life, right? Yeah, the dragons in fucking Game of Thrones are more realistic than this shit.